Mic check 1212D. Adjust your frequencies, beings of the 12 densities, because tonight the Cosmic Tribunal reconvenes, and the file we are opening has been leaking distortion for over 30 years. If you have ever sat in a hotel ballroom waiting for a solar flash that never came, if you ever paid for a Gaia TV subscription hoping to finally crack the code of existence, if you ever watched a grown man sob on camera and wondered whether you were witnessing a spiritual breakdown or a marketing strategy, then this session is for you. Tonight, we are not here to bury David Wilcock. He is already gone, and we wish his soul whatever peace it can find beyond the veil. We are here to bury the myth, the grift, the carefully constructed reality distortion field that kept thousands of genuine seekers spinning in anxious circles for decades. I am talking about the man who claimed to be the reincarnated soul of Edgar Cayce, the self-appointed prophet of the divine cosmos, and the architect of a New Age empire built on recycled prophecy, borrowed intel, and weaponized victimhood. The file is open, the Akasha has receipts, and the Truth Seekers is about to hit harder than a failed prophecy in 2012. Lesson 1. The Edgar Cayce copy-paste. Let's start at the origin story, because every good grift needs one. You were told that David Wilcock was the reincarnation of Edgar Cayce, the legendary sleeping prophet. The evidence? A side-by-side chin comparison and a very confident man saying so. Here is what actually happened. Wilcock took the legacy of a genuine, largely unmonetized mystic and turned it into a brand identity. Cayce gave readings from a couch, often for free or sliding scale, and died without a media empire. Wilcock took that name, recognition, stapled it to his own face, and used it to open doors that his own credentials never could. That is not channeling the Akashic records. That is a 1990s desktop scanner running a spiritual resume. And you, the seeker, were handed a photocopy of someone else's credibility and told it was original revelation. The real Cayce never asked you to pay for the sequel. Lesson 2. The Solar Flash and the Perpetual Goalpost. At some point, most of you heard about the event. The Solar Flash, the cosmic reset that would rewrite human DNA, trigger mass arrests and usher in the Golden Age. You were told it was imminent, then it was imminent again, then the timeline shifted, then there was new intel, then a globalist attack delayed it, then a new update was available for $19.99 a month. This is a specific and well-documented psychological technique. You alternate fear-based content with hope-based content, keeping the audience in a state of anxious anticipation. Too scared to leave, too hopeful to stop paying. Researchers who study high control groups have a name for it. Intermittent reinforcement. It is the same mechanism that keeps people at a slot machine. The solar flash was never the product. Your anxiety was the product. Your hope was the inventory. And the subscription kept the lights on. The sun did not explode into a rainbow of consciousness, but your bank account quietly took the hit. Lesson 3, the Blue Avians and the Goode production. Then came the Blue Avians. You were told that 8-foot-tall blue bird people had made contact, that a secret space program whistleblower named Goode had been to Mars, briefed by inner Earth civilizations, and selected as humanity's representative to a galactic council. Wilcock co-signed this narrative completely. He appeared on stages with Goode, lent his platform and credibility to the story, and helped build a multimedia universe so dense it made actual science fiction look like a grocery list. Then the lawsuit started. Former collaborators came forward. The Dark Alliance fractured publicly and messily. Court documents described the intel as entertainment. The bird people conveniently flew away. What was left? Confused followers who had organized their entire worldview around a narrative that its own creators could not defend in a courtroom. You did not get the truth about Mars. You got a sci-fi novel sold as sacred testimony, and the people who sold it to you moved on to the next project. Lesson 4. The Crying Guru and the Weaponized Wound. Now let's talk about the clips. Most of you have seen them. The sobbing on camera, the claims of deep state targeting, the narrative that, well, every personal failure, every professional collapse, every broken relationship was the result of an interdimensional attack by reptilian assets. Here is the truth that, honestly, the community was never equipped to say out loud. A leader who teaches you that all suffering is external attack is a leader who will never be accountable for the harm they cause. Because the framework makes accountability impossible. Every critic is a cabal operative. Every question is an attack. Every doubt is a frequency that needs to be cleared. That is not spiritual warfare. That is a closed epistemic loop designed to protect one man from consequences while his followers absorb the emotional cost. Real teachers make you stronger. They give you tools you can use without them. What you were given was a dependency dressed in cosmic language and sold as enlightenment. Lesson 5. You were never the student. You were the resource. Let's be honest about what the community was built to do. It was built to produce a continuous revenue stream from people who were genuinely seeking truth. Beautiful, intelligent, spiritually curious people who wanted answers about consciousness, about the nature of reality, about whether we are alone in the universe. Those are real questions. They deserve real engagement. What they got instead was a system where the only gatekeeper to the answers was one man with a subscription service, where the intel was always just classified enough to require the next update, where the golden age was always just one more transmission away. You were not led to ascension. You were led into a rabbit hole with no bottom and a very efficient monetization funnel built into every level. The guardians of real truth do not put it behind a paywall. Source does not have a tiered membership structure. Final fatality, the zombie myth. Here's the thing about myths. They do not die when the person does. They keep walking, they keep collecting, they keep shaping the minds of people who never got the memo. The Wilcock myth is still out there. The YouTube channels are still up. The Gaia library is still accessible. New seekers find it every day and start at the beginning, not knowing the ending. So this is the Cosmic Tribunal's actual function today, not a roast of a dead man, a warning label on a product that is still on the shelf. The law of one is real and worth your time. Ra did not need a middleman with a merchandise table. Edgar Cayce's work is worth reading. He did not need a clone to monetize his legacy. The questions about the cosmos, about consciousness, about what is really happening on this planet, those questions are worth asking. You just deserve answers from sources that do not require your permanent financial dependence to deliver them. Closing. The verdict from beyond the veil. The verdict from beyond the veil. David Wilcock built a cathedral out of borrowed bricks, genuine yearning, and spectacularly well-timed fear. The cathedral is still standing, and people are still paying the entry fee. You do not have to stay inside it. The solar flash is not coming to save you. The blue Avians are not filing a flight plan. The golden age does not arrive through a Gaia TV subscription. It arrives when you stop outsourcing your sovereignty to someone else's narrative. Source does not demand you be a victim. Ascension is not a product. And you have never needed a man crying in a chair to tell you that you are divine. You already are. You always were. That part was always free. Ray, the supernova, keeper of the actual truth, has spoken. The file is closed. Next case.